Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her? What's up, you guys? I'm Rachel DeMita, and welcome to the Courtside Club. At the start of this year's WNBA season, it was announced that Caitlin Clark signed a massive endorsement deal with Nike. This deal was for 8 years, $28 million with a signature sneaker included. Now, at the time, a lot of us were so excited about this. Nike is obviously the biggest brand in athletic apparel, and Caitlin seemed to be a perfect fit for the brand. $28 million at the time, while some people, including myself, were saying that this might be a little bit too low because of the superstar that she is, it seemed to be like a fantastic deal. Now, since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing. When the deal was first announced, we also got to see the other offers that were on the table for Caitlin Clark. And as you can see, Under Armour offered her 4 years for $16 million, which by a year-by-year basis, she would actually be making more per year if she had signed with Under Armour. However, it was a shorter deal. Under Armour came to her and said that she could be the face of the women's line on the Steph Curry side because her and Steph's game is so similar. And I feel like looking back in retrospect, that might have been the perfect place for Caitlin, because I feel like Under Armour for sure wouldn't have ignored her this entire season and missed out on so many marketing dollars. The thing that is the most surprising about this is, if you guys remember, when Caitlin Clark was playing at Iowa, Nike ran ads about her. When she broke the record for the most points in NCAA scoring history for both the men and the women, Nike put up this huge billboard that's basically like, if you break it, you own it. And this was in Iowa. They had other ads and things that came out, but since then it has been crickets. I personally don't understand how a brand like Nike, who has had athletes like Serena Williams, like LeBron James, like Michael Jordan, who branched off and made his own brand in itself, who has Wemby, who, by the way, they signed Wemby for an over $100 million contract, which this is absolutely no shade to Wemby. I love Wemby. He is a up-and-coming superstar, and there was so much hype for him coming into the league. However, I will say that Caitlin Clark has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived a league that was the WNBA, and she is getting paid a measly $28 million for 8 years as opposed to Wemby's 100. I believe that Caitlin Clark, if they would have released a signature shoe for her this season, they would have made a killing. Sabrina Ionescu has a shoe with Nike, and it is very similar to like a Kobe or a Kyrie shoe. It's actually, honestly, like, it feels like it's a Kyrie shoe. And there are a lot of men who wear the Sabrinas as well. That is an example where you don't need to take all of this time in developing the greatest first shoe for a player. You have Kyrie prototypes, you have all of these different shoes at your disposal at Nike, and you've done it for other players. Wemby's shoe is out. LeBron, when he came into the league and there was so much hype around him, he also was somebody who signed a $100+ million, I mean, his contract was like so insane, but hundreds of millions of dollar contract with Nike coming out of high school. LeBron had a shoe going into his first season. They didn't skip a beat. So why in the world are they being so quiet about Caitlin? Either one, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes at Nike. Their stock has dropped like 20% this year. I know that they have fired people, hired new people. Like, there's a lot of moving parts. That, to me, I know they're blaming some of it on that, but that seems to be such a small, minor detail when you have the gold mine that is Caitlin Clark. It seems to me that it is more on the political side as to why Caitlin Clark is not getting the praise, the commercials, the ads, the merch, like all of the things that she should have gotten during this rookie season. Nike hasn't produced one ad or commercial featuring Clark since she turned pro, and despite a signature shoe being part of Nike's agreement with Clark, it may not be released until 2026, according to sports business reporter Ethan Strauss. He reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the case. And I'm sorry to break that news to everybody, whether it's fair, whether it's whatever, that's just the truth. We saw the jersey sales numbers. We didn't actually see the actual numbers, but we saw the top jersey sales in the WNBA this season. And A'ja, despite being a third-time MVP, her jersey sales were 5th in the league, even after Kate Martin, who barely saw the court the second half of this season. Your play on the court doesn't always equate to how many shoes you will sell. A prime example of this when it comes to the NBA is Allen Iverson. There are so many people who wouldn't even put Allen Iverson on their top 10 list of greatest players of all time. However, Allen Iverson moved the needle in so many ways when it came to the culture, when it came to fashion, when it came to his style of play. He was such an exciting and likable player. He was my favorite player when I was growing up, and I played more of a style of play like, I wouldn't even say Caitlin Clark. I was just a pure shooter, but I did not have speed, quickness, all of the things that AI had, but I loved to watch Allen Iverson. He was so exciting. So that's an example where people can love a player, love everything that they're about, and want to buy their shoes. Wilson capitalized on Caitlin Clark, and they put out signature Caitlin Clark balls and other merch that literally sold out within minutes of them going live. The hype that Caitlin Clark had going into this season, we will not see that again. She came off of playing in a national championship game that had over 20 million people tuned into that game, then going straight into the draft, and then going straight into the WNBA and breaking an insane amount of records in her rookie season, winning Rookie of the Year. However, it has yet to be officially announced. She had the craziest momentum that we have ever seen with any athlete in the history of ever. And the fact that Nike did not capitalize on that, the fact that they are the biggest athletic sportswear brand in the world, and we didn't hear a peep out of them the entire season, it truly makes me wonder, if I were Caitlin Clark's management, and again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I would be truly rethinking the deal that I signed up for. How do you miss an opportunity like that? How do you not capitalize? It doesn't make any sense at all. And playing the politics where, oh, we need to release A'ja's shoe first. Well, no, it's not Caitlin's fault that you haven't done anything for A'ja yet. And maybe think about, why haven't you released something for A'ja yet? Is it because you're not sure how it will sell? And if that's the truth, that's just business. Why are we coddling these women? You wouldn't see this on the men's side. If a brand thinks they're gonna sell shoes with a player, they're gonna release some stuff. They're not going to be like, oh, well, so-and-so has been playing in the league a little bit longer, so I'm going to make sure I get theirs out first, then we'll push Caitlin's 2 seasons. They're saying now that we might not get a signature shoe from Caitlin until 2026 or 2027. I didn't mean for this video to turn into a rant, but this is just another example about how people have fumbled the gift that is Caitlin Clark. And if I were on Caitlin Clark's team, can I manage you, Caitlin Clark? I don't really have that much business experience, but I feel like there are so many little tweaks and little things that could be done, and I am upset for her. Honestly, I think 28 million for 8 years. 8 years is such a long time. She'll be midway, maybe, if not over halfway through her WNBA career by the time that this contract is up, and then renegotiating that and trying to get more at that point in her career. This was the buzz that you should have capitalized on. And I don't have anything else to say, but it's nuts. So what do you guys think about this? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And of course, thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and click that little subscribe button because we upload new videos every single week. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Ooh, Anna.